problem?
Hi, I have a concern about my baby. I was wondering if we could run some tests.
Test for what?
My family has a history of a rare genetic disease that affects many parts of the body. It's called Alström syndrome. I believe Alström's is named from a Swedish doctor, Carl Henry Alström, who first described it in 1959. And I'd like to see if my baby has it, what the chances are. I found that researchers think that Alström syndrome is caused by a mutation in the ALMS1 gene. Are there any tests that we can run to find out?
We can run tests by checking to see if both the ALMS1 genes are mutated. If they are, it is confirmed. And if only one of the genes is mutated, then there's still a chance of your child getting Alström's.
I heard that Alström syndrome causes many symptoms such as blindness. For blindness, the first symptoms is usually found in babies, and they are extremely sensitive to light and rapid movement of the eyes. They are caused by the slow disintegration of the retinas. The part of the eye used for seeing color and in well-lit situations are called the cones. These cones usually deteriorate with people with this disorder. The part of the eye that helps you see in dimly lit situations are called rods, and may also deteriorate as the person with Alström's gets older. By the time the person gets older, they will commonly have very poor vision or may become blind.
Hearing is also a big issue. People with Alström's will commonly lose hearing as they get older. This is caused by the loss of nerve function, and auditory information will not get into the brain. They will usually need to use hearing aids to help with that.
Jeez. I heard children with Alström syndrome tend to be overweight and shorter than the average human. The levels of lipids in the blood may rise as well, correct?
Yes, both are true. The stature tends to be smaller, and the excessive eating leads to obesity. The levels of lipids in the blood is called hyperlipidemia. The fatty liver may also progress to significant liver disease.
Is it true that there is also a heart disease that enlarges and weakens the heart muscle called dilated cardiomyopathy?
Yes, it is a very serious issue. Another symptom is the liver and the kidneys of people who have Alström syndrome are usually affected. Problems in the function of these organs typically show up when the children are in their late teens, but we can monitor this at least with yearly blood tests. Kidney or liver failure in adulthood is often caused by severe problems for people who have Alström syndrome.
I also read that Alström syndrome won't permanently affect their intelligence. Is this true?
Yes, people who have Alström syndrome typically have a similar level of intelligence to their family members. They have learned support to get regular medical related to their poor vision to make sure all these symptoms in many cases developmental milestones are
I
delayed.
had no idea. In my research, I found that type 2 diabetes may develop in childhood or teenage
Yes, unfortunately, these are
because
many
the body
struggles
doesn't
people with
produce
Alström
insulin
syndrome
and glucose
face.
the way it
And
should.
having parents
Children
know
who
about
have
these facts
Alström
before
syndrome
birth
are
can cause
insulin resistant. People with Alström syndrome who have type 2
knowing the
diabetes
struggles
do
of
not
these
always
children
need to
and
take
their parents
insulin,
that they
but
will
need to take
face.
medication to
There are
control
times
blood
when
sugar
parents
and
will
follow a
turn
careful
their
diet,
parents.
which is low in calories and refined carbohydrates. It is
I
important
think
to
I'm
try
ready
to
to
increase
take
the
the test
amount of
now.
exercise for all people with Alström syndrome, even though vision loss can make this difficult.
Yes, unfortunately, that is something that can occur.
Are there any other problems I should know about?
There are several other conditions that may result from Alström syndrome, including the curvature of the spine, also known as scoliosis, digestive disturbances, respiratory problems, high blood pressure, and thyroid problems. Prognosis for Alström syndrome varies depending on the progression of the symptoms, especially heart kidney disease. The lifespan and overall quality of life for individuals with Alström syndrome can be improved by early diagnosis, treatment, surveillance, and proper management of the symptoms. Using a Punnett square, I can show you that if your family has a history of Alström's, that your child will have a 25% chance of being affected by it, a 50% chance of being an asymptomatic carrier, and a 25% chance of not being affected. So there's about a 1 in 4 chance of your child getting this.